17 yards on the penalty. The give is to Walker with Geno Smith leading the way. Nice run by Walker out to the 50-yard line, a gain of 9. Right, they haven't played since a week ago Thursday. That was their third game in 11 days. Then a bit of a break. Smith with time fires wide open. It's Metcalf. Makes the catch at the Falcons' 24-yard line. Third down and 17. They can pick up a first down without reaching the end zone. Charbonnet in the backfield. Smith backpedaling on 3rd and long, and he throws this one away. Here's Jason Myers, 38-yard attempt from the right hash. Michael Dixon places it down. Myers from 38 gives the Seahawks a 3-0 lead.
Very good at running the ball, establish the run game, and see they get right back to it in this series.
Now Robinson with a nice run out across the 20. 2nd and 10 with Algier in the backfield. Drake London in motion.
And that's Anthony Witherspoon guarding him one-on-one.
Over the middle. Nice catch made by the tight end Pitts, who went up to get it. And Kyle Pitts has a Falcons first down. Gain of 10. Here's Algier. Algier finds a hole and is close to another first down. 10th play of the drive. Must get to the 29 for a first down. Cousins steps up, and it is out of the reach of McLeod. This will be a 54-yard attempt. Made a 58-yard game winner against the Saints earlier this season. Also hit from 52 to send the Tampa game to overtime. Coup from 54. It is no good. Smith under pressure, steps up, throws back the other way, and it's caught by Fant. What a throw. Geno Smith on the move. Throws it back across the field.
Now brings that same style offense to the Seattle Seahawks.
There's Walker, first down inside the 10, the 5, to the end zone on his birthday. Kenneth Walker takes it in for a Seahawks touchdown. Now on the field doing some blocking.
There you go.
For a Seahawks touchdown. On the toss, Robinson running hard.
Ooh.
Still going. Bijan Robinson into Seattle territory and finally taken down after a gain of 26. Cousins on 3rd down, complete. Drake London picks up a Falcons first down to the Seattle 12. It's Robinson, and he picks up the first down and is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Let's make sure he gets in. Julian Love is trying to wrap him up before he gets in there. And that ball looks like it crosses the plane as his butt is down. That's a touchdown.
From the 30, Smith and Jigba looking to throw. He fires downfield. And what a catch! DK Metcalf comes down with it at the Falcons' 35-yard line. Smith moving to his right. And he will step out of bounds. Ryan Newsel back in at center. Injured earlier in the quarter. Here's Algier, cuts to the outside, and still going.
Cousins didn't know until this morning. Went to sleep early and then got a bunch of texts. Realized that Jake Cousins did really well yesterday.
Catch made by Pitts. From the 32. On first down, Smith fires, and it is complete for a first down. Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, Seahawks going quickly. Want to save that one timeout that they have.
After 45 seconds, as Smith throws, it's Lockett again in Falcons territory to the Atlanta 36.
Knowing that they're going to get soft coverage.
By the way, Bradford back in at right guard. It's the tight end Fant. All right, here we go on third down. Smith steps up, takes that shot to the end zone. It is Metcalf. DK Metcalf with a Seahawks touchdown on the 31-yard bomb from Geno Smith.
You're going to have the safeties pop out. You're going to have your middle linebacker running the seam. The problem is that your middle linebacker is slow playing this, turns around, and there is nobody in the middle. As soon as Geno Smith recognized the linebacker's the one that's supposed to have that middle of the field, DK Metcalf gets rifled the ball right to him for the touchdown.
And then it was on to the University of Georgia. On 2nd and 10. Cousins swings it out. Robinson, first down and more. And he is finally knocked out of bounds by Kobe Bryant. Big gain for from the 42. Cousins play fake to Algier. And now connects with Algier. Stopped about a yard shy of the marker. From the 25 on first down. On the toss, change of direction by Robinson. And then he takes it up the middle. Down to the 16-yard line, a gain of 9 before he was brought down by Jordan Love. 12th play of the drive. First possession of the second half. Second down and 11. Cousins complete. It's London.
Going for it on fourth down here, but that 50-50 has been helping this Falcons offense.
Fourth down and 1. Cousins throws. Touchdown. Drake London.
Recognizing this is the guy that we got to get involved. Drake London is our #1 wide receiver, running option route on a backup player.
Seahawks must get to the Atlanta 43. Smith, pump fake, looking to run for it, and he is just short. Now 4th and 1 from the Falcons 44. Inside handoff and a first down for Charbonnet. On first down, Smith lobs one up for Walker, who dives, makes the catch. Spectacular reception by Walker for his second touchdown today.
Caught this like a wide receiver. Look at that. Over his shoulder, outstretched arms. You don't see running backs make that type of catch. That is a tremendous play by Kenneth Walker. And then just take a look at Geno Smith being mobile in the pocket, gets away from that. Make sure that what they're running fits with their culture. And
Cousins swings it out. Robinson shoved out of bounds by Jerome Baker. He said, I'd be exhausted.
I'd be exhausted, yeah.
Third down and 9. Cousins looking, hit. Ball comes loose. Seahawks recover. And it's taken all the way back into the end zone by Hall. Maffei with the initial hit. Hall scooped it up.
Let's see if this is a fumble or Kirk Cousins' arm was going forward. Trying to buy time. Oh, got it. It is a fumble. Boy, Maffei, he times that perfectly. Gets his hand right on the football. Jars it loose before Kirk Cousins could bring that arm forward. And there's Derek Hall, their leader in sacks, picking up that scoop and score. Boy, what a turn of events for the Seattle Seahawks. Nice job defensively stepping up.
But today, a different story as London pulls it in. 1st and 10. Cousins intercepted. It was intended for London, and it is picked off by Julian Love. Now the question is, was Love down?
I think Love was down.
3rd down and 5 for Smith and the Seahawks. And they pick up the first down in Falcons territory It's Tyler Lockett, his 4th catch today.
It's great, and it's going to be paying dividends for years to come.
But will Tyler help him buy a house?
Of course. Didn't you see the smile? They were just talking about it.
3rd down and 5. That pass in the vicinity. Myers from 59. It is good. 4th down and 4. Falcons going for it. And they will convert. London makes the catch for an Atlanta 1st down. He told us, I grew up in the Michael Vick era, watching the Falcons.
Said he loved that era.
Pass is picked off. Kobe Bryant. 3 consecutive possessions for the Falcons, and with a turnover. Kenny McIntosh in the backfield for the first time in this game. That's his 4th carry of the season.
How to prepare week in, week out, how to watch film, how late you have to be in the building. You got to talk to your players, all of that stuff, right?
Rookie to rookie, that's Casey Washington, rookie out of Illinois, 6th round pick, first NFL reception.
Very hard, especially the way that they lost the game. They had every opportunity to win it. So you think about that as far as motivation going into the game. You don't think about it from the X's and O's.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, Falcons were just awarded Super Bowl 62 in this stadium, 2028. Mike McDonald returns home to Georgia victorious. Both teams now 4-3.